Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Nia, and as always, I am excited for you to join me as we speak on today's topic. And today we're speaking about how to invest in yourself and how to develop your brand. So when you think of your favorite brand, think of what it is that excites you about that brand. What makes you so excited to interact with them, to engage with them. If it's a place that you walk into, what makes you excited to walk into that place because it gives you this luxurious feeling. It gets you so excited. The people are so warm, kind, welcoming, all of those things. Think of the qualities of your favorite brand and then think of the qualities of the brands that give you the opposite feeling where you dread interacting with them. You dread having to call them, having to do anything with them. Think of those two brands, and when you think of yourself, use that analogy to think of yourself. You are a brand, and when you think of how people experience you, think of yourself in that way. Do you want people to experience the feelings that you feel when you walk into your favorite store or when you're interacting with your favorite brand? Or are you making people feel the way you feel with those brands that you don't want to interact with, that you dread engaging with? And when you think of yourself in that way, you start to understand the importance of developing your brand and investing in yourself. Successful brands are an experience. What is the experience that you want people to feel when they interact with you? So with this video, I thought of 7 areas that we can discuss to enhance your brand. And these areas are character development, skill development, social development, wealth creation, health, luxury, and femininity. Now, as you think of your brand, this is specific and personal to you. So the examples that I'm giving are for example purposes, but personalize your brand that is suitable to you. Personalize your brand in the way that it works for you so that the things that you are implementing, the qualities that you want to embody are authentic and unique to you because you are a unique individual and what works for you will not work for another. But personalize it. Take time to think of what you want your brand to be. Take time to think of what you want your experience to be. And these are only 7 categories. Add what works for you. Take away what does not work for you. But personalize it and make it authentic and unique to you. So the first category is character development. And the best way to develop your character is mindset expansion. Take time to work on your mindset. Take time to develop your mindset. Eliminate the things that have held you back. Eliminate the things that are not serving you, the things that are detrimental to your personal brand, the things that are not helping you become the woman that you want to be. And when you start to change your mindset and shift towards being the person that you want to be, you start to see how you work towards including the things that you want in your life and in your brand. And you see how you also start to attract the things that are going to help you elevate yourself, the things that will help you elevate your brand. Those things come naturally when you start focusing on them, when you start changing your mindset to focus on them, to look for those things. And when you are aware of what is available to you, so you can have a successful brand, so you can have a brand that is luxurious, thriving, and as beautiful as you are, you will see that all the things that you are working towards will come so easily to you. And mindset expansion comes with reading personal development books. And with books, if you're someone who cannot sit and read, I'm one of those people. I just can't sit and read a book, but audiobooks have worked so well for me because I'm able to multitask while I'm listening to the audiobook. So use audiobooks, read books in the ways that work for you. If you need to go to the library and read from there for an hour, 2 hours, do that. If you want to just sit down in your house, sit on the porch, sit outside and just enjoy reading a book for an hour or two, if that's what works for you, do that. For me, it's audiobooks. If I'm taking a walk outside, my book is playing. If I'm cleaning the house or taking care of whatever chore, the audiobook is playing. And I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone where I'm able to listen to the book and get the knowledge that I need, expand my mind and my mindset while completing a task and doing something that I need to do in that moment. And mindset expansion also comes with the things that you are listening to, the things you are watching on TV, the things you are looking at on your phone, social media, the people that you are around and their conversation. If their conversation is not expansive, thriving success, be aware of those types of conversation and those types of people because those conversations and what you're exposing yourself to, listening to the things you were saying, those will affect your brand, because the more time you spend looking at something, listening to something, it goes into your subconscious and you start working on those thoughts, ideas, and conversations. And with character development, this means train your mind, train your emotions just as much as you train your body. Think of training your mind and your emotions like you would when you go into the gym to train your body. Train your mind and your emotions just as hard as you train your body, because your mindset is what makes your reality. If you believe negativity, that is what your life will be. If you believe positivity, that is what your life will be. So take the time to train your mind. Take the time to know yourself, study your strengths, study your weaknesses, know your value and what you bring into this world and what you add to this world. Because the more that you know yourself, the better off that you will be. You will be in a position of power. So let's say, for example, when you know your weaknesses, no one can use that against you because you are ahead of it. You will not put yourself in a position where your weaknesses will be taken for granted. You will not put yourself in a position or around people who know your weaknesses and they are taking advantage of your weaknesses. When you know your weaknesses, you know how to manage it. You know the environments and the people that you need to be around, because you'll be able to eliminate those people who will take advantage of you, the people who will use your weaknesses against you. But when you know to not be around those people or those places or those things, that is you using your weaknesses to protect yourself, and you're putting yourself in a position of power. And this is the importance of character development, because when you take time to study yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, embrace all of it. It is difficult to embrace the bad about you. It's difficult to embrace the shameful things, the painful things, the things you don't even want to admit that you're feeling. That, let's say you're feeling envious or whatever it may be, you're better off embracing it so that those feelings are not working against you. And when you embrace yourself wholly, that puts you in such a powerful position, because no one can use whatever it is against you. You are ahead of it before they even are. You know why you are showing up the way you are. And let's say you know that you're in a mood where you're just speaking whatever because of what's going on, like you're finding it hard to filter your words. You know not to be around a place of importance, to be around people of importance or people who gossip, because with the moment you say the thing you're not meant to say, it's going to be used against you. It'll put you in a place of difficulty because you said it. But when you know you're in a specific mood, you know to stay away. You know to not be involved. And that is how you protect yourself against self-sabotage. And that is how you protect your reputation as well. So character development is so important. Study yourself, study your mindset, study your emotions, just as much as you would take time to study for anything, studying for school, studying for your degree. Study yourself. You are your most important relationship, and do not ever neglect yourself. And with character development, make it a point to challenge and track your habits, because you need to know if you're progressing, and you do that by tracking your habits and by tracking the change. So challenging yourself means being intentional with implementing the new habit, the new characteristic that you're trying to develop within yourself. So this means create challenges, daily challenges, weekly challenges, or monthly challenges, and track them. You could find tracking sheets on Google. There's so many tracking sheets now, and habit tracking sheets, and you could use those to see how you're progressing, to see how often you are working on this characteristic development, as well as keeping you accountable, because you'll be able to see how many days you've missed and how consistent you are. So use habit trackers, and that'll help you stay on track, and it'll keep you consistent and disciplined. So an example I could give is, if you say you want to stop complaining for 7 days because you want to develop the characteristic of someone that's positive and expressing gratitude, you will track how often you are complaining. That will make you aware of how often you complain, so that you can start to limit it and you can start to catch yourself in that bad habit. So if you say you would do it for 7 days, you're able to see how well you do within those 7 days. And then the next time you do it for another 7 days, and you see the progress you've made the next week. And then just like that, eventually it'll become a habit that you are not complaining. Another example that I can give is on reading self-development books. Let's say you want to read one self-development book a month. You will challenge yourself to read one development book a month, and you will track how often you're reading, and you'll be able to track that you are in fact reading this book and the lessons that you are learning from these amazing self-development books and the growth and mindset shifts that are happening as you read these books. But I do want to emphasize that the habit tracker is so important because this is how you will stay consistent and disciplined. This is how you will keep yourself accountable and how you will track your progress, which will be encouraging, as well as a reality check on how serious you are about it if you're struggling with developing your characteristic or developing something that you want to develop for yourself as you develop your brand. The keys to success is consistency and discipline, and a habit tracker is one way to ensure that you would stay on track with achieving your goals. And another reason why I love this is that success does not happen overnight. Success is in your daily habits. You move the mountain one rock at a time, you move the mountain one brick at a time, and eventually the full mountain moves. It takes time, and you'll not be able to move the mountain in one day. And the mountain being this new characteristic that you're trying to develop, the mountain being these old habits that you're trying to get rid of. It can be such a mountain to end an old habit, and that's why I'm using the word mountain and the example of the mountain. Because when you think of moving it one brick at a time, that's where the consistency and the discipline comes in. You have to be disciplined to move one brick at a time in order to move the full mountain. You have to be consistent to move one brick at a time, and when you're consistent, eventually the mountain will move. So this brings us to the second point, which is skill development, and this is mastery of your talents or career skills. So with this point, develop your skills, work on your skills, invest in your skills, and invest in your hobbies. These things that you're drawn to, your hobbies that you're drawn to, they are not coincidence. The talents that you have, they are not coincidence. You have them for a reason, and God blessed you with your talents and your skills for a reason. The scripture in Romans chapter 12 verses 6 says, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. So we all have different talents and gifts, and these are from God, and He is saying we should use them according to the grace that He has given us. So for example, if your talents and hobbies is craftsmanship, use that talent because God gave it to you for a reason, so you can showcase those beautiful skills that you have and add the beauty that you create to the world. When you are not taking advantage of your talents and skills, you are literally depriving the world of the beauty that you are adding to it. You are depriving us of what you are capable of showing us. You are depriving us of the beauty that you are able to add into our lives. So if your talent is singing, if your talent is playing an instrument, invest in that, develop it, practice as often as possible. Go sing wherever you can, every chance that you can. Play that instrument, learn how to play that instrument even better so that you can showcase that skill to the world. You never know who will be sitting at the front watching you perform these talents and what opportunities they can bring into your life that will literally change your life. Do not take your hobbies and your talents for granted. These are God-given gifts, and He did not give them to you for no reason. And with talents, if you're someone that wants to create a business, that is the best way to start, because if you're working in something that's your talent, because if you're creating a business that involves your talent, you're creating a business that involves your skills, you will be so happy doing that business that you'll be one of those people who says, I don't work a day in my life, because you're doing something you love. You're doing something that comes easily and naturally to you. So pay attention to your hobbies and your talents if you are deciding on a business. That is your guide. That is your God-given guide on what you should be doing and adding to this world. And honestly, the more that you spend money on yourself, the happier you will be. So in the example of singing or playing an instrument, if you are paying for someone to teach you how to sing even higher notes, to sing more clearly, or you're paying someone to teach you how to play the instrument in better ways, you will feel that you're using your money in the best ways to develop yourself. And you will be so happy to spend that money because you're spending money on yourself and just spending money on something that you enjoy doing, something that is bringing you joy. And with skill development, this does not only have to be your talents. You could learn and develop a new skill, and that'll add to your brand. So for example, if you add learning a new language, that is something that will help you in your career, because in the US, for example, having a second language is so beneficial, specifically Spanish and English. But if you have a second language, it's so beneficial. It's something you add to your resume, and that makes you stand out instantly. And even if it's not Spanish that you want to learn the language that you want to learn. I was watching a video and it was a black girl who was speaking fluent Chinese with the accent and everything, and it was so mesmerizing to watch her. It's something so unexpected, but she was speaking so fluently, and she was speaking to a Chinese guy, and he was so taken back. I mean, he was blushing the entire time they were conversating because he just could not believe like this black girl is speaking Chinese so fluently with the accents, everything as accurately as she can. And he was blushing not just at that, but also at the fact that she respected and loved their culture so much that she took the time to learn their language and speak it so well. So just imagine that if you're visiting some country and you're speaking the language so fluently and people don't expect that from you, that adds to your brand. She loves our culture so much that she learned this. She loves our culture so much that she learned the traditional things just to be respectful, to add to her skill, to say that I know this, I'm able to do this. Those are the things that stand out and add to your brand. When you make people feel so welcomed and respected that you're learning their culture, that will add to your brand, and it will bring that experience that we spoke of in the intro when you interact with your favorite brand, and that amazing feeling that you feel because of how they make you feel, how they treat you. So that's just one example on adding a new skill like language, but it could be other things that you want to add to you. If you want to add the skill of negotiating, you could take a course where you learn how to negotiate. And when people see you and they think, oh, that's just a pretty girl, I could do whatever and take advantage of her. But when they talk to you and they see that this is not just a pretty girl, this is a pretty girl who knows how to negotiate and she is getting everything she came to get and then some, they will be taken back and they will respect you and they will recognize your brand as being more than just a pretty girl. So think of the skills that you want to add to your brand. Think of the skills that you want to add into your life, that you want to show the world that you have and gift the world with those skills. Think of them and then add them on your list of development and start taking action on developing those skills. And with career skill development, make it a point to develop in your career, especially if you're trying to climb up the ladder and you want to grow in your company, you want to grow in the industry. Make it a point to invest. Develop as much skills as you can. Get as much knowledge, wisdom as you can. And if your company is paying for you to go to school, or they can pay for one course, they can pay for certifications, whatever it is, first of all, that's a good sign of a very good company. But take advantage of that benefit. Not all companies give that, and if you're lucky enough to work at a company that has that benefit, take full advantage of it. And when you do that, it's not only investing in yourself and your career, but your company will see it as you are investing in their company as well. So they will look at you with value. They will want to keep you. And especially if it's something you do without your boss asking, and this is a secret tip, do it before your boss asks you. And they will take your initiative as someone that is worthy, as someone that is serious, someone who wants to grow. And they will always think of you when it's time for promotions. They will think of you when it's time for bonuses because they know that this is someone who's invested in herself, in her career, and in the company. The more skills you develop, the better quality service that you bring and produce within the company. So put yourself in the shoes of your CEO, your boss, and how they will look at you when you're taking initiative to get these certifications. When you have these certifications, you're getting A's and not just taking them and getting C's, D's, whatever, because it's not you spending that money, but you're actually serious when you take these courses. They will consider you for bonuses and they will consider you for promotions. And also go to seminars in your industry because again, if you do it before your boss asks, this shows initiative and they will look at you with value. So go to seminars, go to networking events. You never know who you will meet. You never know what you will learn. And you don't know what skills you develop in those seminars or networking events. So take advantage of those and go to as many as you can. And with seminars and networking events, this is also for your personal life. Go to seminars in the things that interest you. Attend those seminars, attend those networking events. Even if it's just a regular fun event, showing up is so important, and you will be amazed at the things that you get out of just showing up. So continued growth and skill development is so important for you, both in your personal and your professional life. And this brings us to the third point, which is social development. Your network is your net worth. Do not underestimate the opportunities that will fall into your lap because of the people that you know. You never know who will save you because they love working with you. You never know who will save you because they appreciate the value you bring into their organization or the value you bring into the work environment. If you're someone that's joyful, peaceful, people will work to keep you versus someone who is negative, complaining, and just spreading negativity. So make it a point to develop a powerful network. Make it a point to know people of worth. Make it a point to know people who can make a difference in your life when the time comes, or should you need their help or assistance. And that goes to the point of attending networking events or seminars. That is where you will most of the time meet people who are on the same mindset that you're on the same growth development mindset that you're working towards. And you will build a community of people who will encourage you. You'll build a community of people who are able to bring opportunities into your life based on who they know. So always remember, your network is your net worth. And when you think of investing in your social development, also think of investing in the relationships that you have, the relationships that are important in your life. This includes your friendships, your relationship with your mom and your dad, your relationship with your siblings or family members, your relationship with your romantic partner. Study what it means to be a good friend. Study what it means to be a good daughter. Study what it means to be a good partner and to be a good employee. Because when you know what characteristics make you a good person, what makes you a good employee, what makes you a good partner, and what makes you a good daughter, you're able to bring those qualities to the people in your life. You're able to invest in those relationships so that they're thriving, they're fun, they're successful. And as you study what it means to be that to yourself. Be a good friend to yourself. That means the way you talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would a good friend. Talk to yourself like you would your loving partner. Talk to yourself like you would want to talk to your own daughter. That will help you see. That will help you operate from the perspective of the other person, and that will help you show up in ways that will build your relationship with that person. Because when you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you have a lot more compassion of how you show up. So instead of being irritated with your parents, you're thinking from the perspective of a parent. They just want to protect me. They just want what's best for me. Instead of being annoyed that they're checking up on you, they're calling you, they're just doing it because they love you. When you think of things that way, you'll be able to show up with compassion, which will help develop your relationship with your parents or your friends or your siblings. And that relationship will be stronger. And then another point on social development is to practice skills that are personal to you. So let's say as part of your social development, you want to practice your conversational skills. Let's say you're a shy person. So practice initiating conversations, practice holding a conversation, maintaining a fun conversation, or just maintaining a conversation. The more that you practice, the more you will develop that skill and the more confident that you will be in that thing. So whatever is personal to you that you want to develop that is related to social development, add that so that it becomes part of your personal brand. Another example I can give is, let's say you want to practice your leadership skills. You could do that with your friends and try hosting a fun vacation getaway, but act as the leader or the glue that brings the group together so that this vacation can be successful. Be the one that's initiating the trip, initiating the planning, initiating the arrangements, confirming the things. That will teach you leadership. That will teach you how to manage a group of people, and you could use your immediate circle as practice. That way you're not feeling so pressured, but you're doing it in a fun way. You're doing it with something fun. And when you practice with people in your circle, make it fun. Don't make it so painful that people are like not looking forward to talking to you. Do it in a fun way. Sometimes you could even tell them, like, I want to practice this. Can you guys let me do it? And they will support you, because if they're your friends and they love you and they know that you're working on your development, your skills development, your brand development, they will applaud it and they will celebrate it and they will want to support you. So that's one fun example that I can think of if you wanted to work on your leadership skills. But also, if you wanted to develop your public speaking skills as part of your social development, you could volunteer to speak publicly. You could practice speaking publicly, where you could practice speaking in meetings and picking up to present if you're in school, if you're in college. Always use your current environment as practice, so that if you're in a position where you're suddenly thrown into that thing, let's say you suddenly have to speak publicly, you've had enough practice because you've used your daily habits as practice, and it doesn't feel so uncomfortable, it doesn't feel so painful, but you just rather like, okay, I get to test what I've been practicing, and you will have so much confidence when those moments come. And then another point to work on your social development is to become an interesting person, and you become an interesting person by having an interesting life. This means join organizations that are fun, unique, informative, so that you have something of quality to say, you have some fun experience to share. But the more that you experience life, the more fun your conversations will be. So be involved in a variety of activities, and and that will make it fun for you, so that you're not just doing one thing and it eventually becomes boring. Have a variety, so that on Monday you're doing one thing, Tuesday you're doing something else, Wednesday something else, and just like that. And you will always have something fun to talk about. You will always have something fun to share, some fun, unique experience to share. And also, it just develops you and your brand. So let's say if you're someone who you are in Toastmasters, so Monday you're developing your public speaking skills. So Tuesday you're working on your hobby, and let's say that hobby is cooking, so you're learning a new recipe. And then Wednesday maybe it's volunteering, and you're volunteering at a food bank or whatever it is. And then Thursday you're working out and you're taking a new dance class. Then Friday, you're hanging out with your friends. Saturday, you're hanging out with your family, your parents, visiting them. And then Sunday, you're in church activities. That is a full life that will keep you an interesting person. You are only as interesting as your life is. So make it a point to develop your social skills and your life socially, so that you always have something fun, interesting, new, and unique to talk about. And not to be morbid, but I was watching Dr. Miles Monroe, and he was speaking on social wealth. And he said, you will know how successful you were socially if your obituary has a lot of people have something to say about what you contributed in this world, the things that you added to people's lives. That is how you know that somebody was successful socially. Because if you're someone who's constantly isolating, you have no friends, you're not going out there, you're not building a fun life, he says your obituary will be so short that it will speak for itself. So that was one of those reality checks for me when I realized the importance of building your social wealth, of building your social network, and going out there and not just to have a long obituary, but just for the sake of enjoying life. This is your one time on life, so make full use of it. Schedule fun in your schedule and make it a point to do those things that you're scheduling for yourself. Go out there and socialize and talk to people and get involved in activities, in organizations, in whatever it is, hanging out with people. You have the power to make your life fun, and that is how you do it, by making time to have fun. And this brings us to the fourth point of wealth creation. And the first thing I want to mention is to get your degree. Do not underestimate the power of your degree. When you have a degree, it opens so many doors for you. It makes it easier for you to walk in those doors. Sometimes the job application will literally disqualify you based on your degree. So do not limit what is available for you by not working on your education. Invest in your education. You will never regret having a degree. I heard someone say those 4 years will pass by anyway. You might as well have a degree at the end of those 4 years. You might as well have your master's at the end of whatever number years. You might as well have your PhD after whatever number years pass by. That time will pass by. Make use of it and have something to show for it. And even after you've had your degree, work on getting those certifications. If part of your brand development is having those initials after your name, MBA, CPA, Dr. ABC, work on getting those initials because that adds to your brand. That adds so much power when we can say Dr. Nia is in the office. Dr. Nia, hold on, let me transfer you to Dr. Nia. Or when you're sending an email, people see CPA after your name. It's so powerful because it already increases your credibility because you have that initial that most people don't. And that is how you add to your brand. And what I love about education and what I love about getting your education and taking the time to stay in school is that you develop other skills that you don't even realize. For example, one of the courses I was taking, my professor included showing up as part of the grading system. I think it covered like 5%, 10%, I can't remember. But showing up added points to your final score when the course was over. And at the time, I didn't realize that showing up I always wondered why that was there. I'm like, that's the easiest thing to get. But some people did not show up. Some people failed. He structured it in such a way that if you don't show up, that percentage that adds to your points will fail you. And some people failed based on not showing up. But when you think about it in the workplace, if you don't show up for a certain number of days, you will fail in that you lose your job. So those types of lessons that are hidden in getting your education, it teaches you discipline, it teaches you consistency, and those are skills that will help you in the next phase after you graduate and get your degree. And then another point on wealth creation is if you're working on your career and you want to climb the corporate ladder, invest in yourself in that you do whatever it takes so that you climb that corporate ladder. If that is what you want to include in your brand, make it a point and have a plan on how you will climb that ladder. And if that means getting those certifications we talked about, if that means getting the degree, do that. Because the higher you go up the ladder, the more income you make for yourself and your family. And then next on wealth creation is secondary income. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Do not rely on one income, which is coming from your job, as your only source of income. It's such an uncomfortable position to be in because at any time that source of income could stop. You are truly dependent on somebody else's decision on whether you get paid or not and how much you get paid. When you are working in a corporate setting, how much you make has a ceiling on it based on your education and your position and whatever other factors are included. But there's a ceiling. When you work on secondary income, there is no ceiling on how much money you can make. And if anything happens, you know that you have secondary income that you can rely on. You will not be so panicked and so stressed if one source of income slows down or one source of income fails. And even if nothing happens, having another source of income will add to your wealth. It will add to you affording a lifestyle that you desire. It will add to you affording the things that you want, quality items that you deserve. When you have additional sources of income, you will be able to live the life and have the lifestyle that you desire. And regardless of how small the income may be today, do not stop working on your secondary projects, on your side hustle projects, because you will be happier with an extra $100 versus not having it. And then for you to have the secondary income, this brings me to the next point, which is study wealth creation. Study saving strategies as well as investment opportunities and options. Know what is available for you to make money. Know the different ways that you can make money, because then you pick a way that works for you. You'll be able to invest in the things that are exciting to you, and you're just enjoying the process of investing, of learning how easy it is to make money. So this means read books on finances, read books on investments, Take a course if you have to. There's so many free courses now that there really is no excuse to learn if you really desire to learn. There's so many ways that you could study money, and there's so many videos on YouTube from people who really know what they're talking about. And be careful with the people you listen to, especially on YouTube, this free content. Be very wise and selective who you learn from, because these people will make a big difference in your success of building wealth, or if their advice is not good and you just stay stagnant in where you are. And when you've studied how to make wealth, make it a point to take action. Don't just sit on knowledge that you have. Take action, especially if it's proven successful and you're getting this from people who are trusted, people who have made the money that you're desiring to make. The point is to remember that knowledge, wisdom is useless if you are not putting it to use. And then another point on wealth creation is to have a serious budget and being serious about sticking to that budget. Use whatever method works for you as a budget. There are apps where it will track how much you're spending. If you connect it to your bank account, be careful with this though. And then if using the paper method is what works best for you, then do that. But use a budget method that works for you so that you're able to stick to it, so that you're able to see whether you're using your money wisely or if you're meeting your savings goals. And make it a point to check your account frequently. If it's daily, do that. Weekly, do that. But make it a point to check, because when you're not aware of how much you're spending, it's easy to just keep swiping and spending money on this, that, the other. But if you're getting a reality check of how that balance is going down, the more you spend, you will be more disciplined on spending on wants versus spending on needs. And on wealth creation, the example that I wanted to give, there was a video I was watching and the guy mentioned you're only as wealthy as how long you can go without work. So for example, you could have 100,000 as your savings, as your net worth. And to somebody else, that could look like so much money and like you're wealthy. But if your expenses are $10,000 a month, this is for example purposes, and that's the example the guy was saying. Don't quote me on the numbers though. But if your monthly expenses are $10,000, you're only wealthy for 10 months. And that was a reality check on what wealth means and looks like. So you're only as wealthy as how long you can go without work. And as you think on wealth creation as part of your brand development, I wanted to give this example to you so that you can see the importance of savings and being serious about learning about finances, learning about investment options and opportunities, learning the best way to build wealth so that you're not good for 10 months, even though you have 100,000 in the account, but you're good and you can go without work for as long as you want to. The next investment to make in yourself is holistic health. Take care of yourself wholly, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. Now with this point, I won't spend too much time talking about it because I've spoken on this in previous videos, specifically the self-love video. But I did want to add this here because your health is so important. Everything that we're discussing in this video does not matter if you do not have your health. So invest in a gym membership, invest in healthy meals, nutritious meals, invest in your mental health, invest in your emotional health, because all of that adds to who you are as a being. And when you are holistically healthy, it adds to the quality of your life. But on this point, I do want to add the reminder of adding medical checkups as part of investing in yourself and investing in your health. Be sure to keep up with your annual medical checkups. This includes your general doctor, your dental visits, your visits to the OB/GYN, and whatever other medical visits that are specific to you. Make it a point to add it to your calendar. One way that I do it is my birthday is in the month of October, so I made it a mental note that I give myself the gift of health every October on my birthday. Not specifically on my birthday, but my birthday month. And that's how I remember to keep up with my checkups, because every October I'm making sure that I'm going for these checkups. And it's just a natural thing because of the month I chose to do it. But if for you, it would work to do it at the beginning of the year, that means the beginning of the year, you're giving yourself the gift of health every new year. So January, you're keeping up with all your medical checkups, then do it that way. But use the method that works for you. Make it a point to put it on the calendar and stick to that. Do not move your medical checkups around because your health is so important. And with annual checkups, they're so important because you're able to catch things early. They do not get the chance to progress and become worse because you catch them at the beginning, you catch them when they're just starting. And with your dental, this means you're able to catch the beginning of cavities rather than not going for your checkups until it's worse that you actually need a dentist because you have cavities, you have a toothache, or whatever it is. At that point, it's too late. If you're keeping with your annual checkups, those things will be caught before you're in a position where they have to pull a tooth or do all these things that could be prevented. And that is with your body holistically. If you're able to do checkups, you'll be able to catch things before they get worse. And this is the same with your mental and your emotional. If you're checking in with yourself, you're journaling, you're keeping up with your therapist, your life coach, speaking to mentors, you're able to stay on top of things before things get worse. This means when you're talking to a therapist, your mental health, your emotional health is being taken care of before it turns into depression or anxiety where you're needing pills to manage or whatever else. But speaking to someone lightens you up. You're able to get that off your chest. You're able to see that some things that you're thinking of are not as big as you thought they were because someone has offered you solutions that you didn't even think of. So make it a point to take care of yourself holistically. And on your spiritual health, life without God is so much harder and it's just not fun to live that way. Make it a point to spend time with God. Make it a point to read the Bible for yourself so that you're able to hear what God wants you to know. You're able to hear what God is teaching you. Read it for yourself. Don't listen to what other people are saying because unfortunately, sometimes people use religion as a weapon and they have hidden agendas behind what they're saying. Read the Bible for yourself. Work on your relationship with God. Your relationship with God. Not your relationship with the preacher and God. Not your relationship with what someone said on YouTube and God. You and God, and the best way to hear what God has to tell you is by reading the Bible and listening to what He wants to tell you. And when you're reading the Bible, take time to reflect on what you're reading. Jesus spoke in parables. That means take time to reflect on what He said and take time to reflect on how it applies in your life. And if you need help with understanding the message in the Bible, that's when I recommend going to a pastor or praying to God. Better yet, pray to God so He can make the message clear. God loves you so much that He will always answer that prayer. If you ask Him, God, what are you trying to tell me based on what I read? He will answer that, and He will answer it in the way that He will explain it to how it applies in your life. So now that we've taken care of the body, mind, soul, spirit, the next way for holistic health is enhancements. And with enhancements, this means taking care of things that they're not necessarily medical, but when you take care of them, they add to your emotional and your mental health. They lift your spirits. And these are things like taking care of your teeth, for example. If you whiten them, you get braces. You take care of whatever it was that was affecting your self-esteem. If you have acne, you're working with a dermatologist and you finally have clear skin. This is what I mean by enhancements. And when you invest in yourself in that way, you will feel so happy. And I love this investment because how you present externally is so important and we should never neglect that. And this includes having clear skin. It does not matter how much makeup you put over skin that is not the healthiest. The makeup will look so much better when you have healthier skin. So invest in a dermatologist. Meet with an esthetician and they will customize your facial plans. They will customize your skincare so that you're getting facials that are for what you need. You're getting facials based on how your skin is progressing in healing. And that is a nice investment because you're treating yourself. You deserve this luxury treatment. You work so hard, and that is a good use of your money when you're investing it in yourself and you're investing it for something that's enhancing your beauty. And this brings us to the next point, which is invest in luxury. The best things in life are free, but the second best things are expensive. Invest in luxury, quality over quantity. So this means investing in quality clothes, investing in quality makeup, investing in quality perfumes. You can have 1,000 bottles of Bath and Body Works perfumes, but why not save that money and invest in a quality fragrance that is unique and that will become your signature fragrance? And when you invest in a quality perfume, this perfume lasts for hours when you wear it, whereas these cheaper perfumes, the moment you spray them, they fade away before you even leave the house. So invest in quality. You see the difference that it makes in your life, and you appreciate that you took the time to invest in quality over quantity. And with quality, this also means investing in accessories that have value, and this could mean buying jewelry that you could pass down to generations. And why not have a family heirloom? Why not have something that you can pass down and it's not fading or losing quality, but you maintain it and your grandchildren are able to say, this was mom's. Your great grandchildren are able to say, grandma left us this heirloom. It's just something nice to have. It's a nice thought to pass something of quality and value down to your great grandchildren, your great great grandchildren, and passing something of quality down to several generations. And investing in quality also means investing in the quality inside your home. This means having quality furniture, having quality glasses, quality plates that you're eating from. Be sure that you're using these items. There's no point in owning these things and never using them or waiting for a special occasion. Every day is a special occasion, and you deserve to enjoy the quality items that you have bought and enjoy them while you are still here. So invest in quality spoons. Have these gold spoons and invest in the quality pieces that exist in your home. Buy quality vases that make a difference. Instead of having white walls, add artwork. For your curtains, add curtains that are quality and not just having blinds. It will make a difference in how you feel in your home. It'll add to the luxurious feeling when you're inside your home, and you will enjoy your home that much more. And investing indoors also means investing in a lounging wardrobe. So try to have several house shoes, have several house slippers, because you don't want to have one house shoe and it has your footprint because you wear it so much. It's stained because it's the only one that you use. But when you're able to switch out your house shoes, one can rest while you're using the other. And then you can pair them with the different quality pajamas that you have. So get rid of, if you have them, Hello Kitty pajamas, avocado pajamas, like those type of pajamas. Invest in quality items. Invest in pajamas and loungewear that have quality material, satin, silk, fleece, cotton. They're soft to the touch. You enjoy wearing them because of how they feel against your skin. Invest in those type of items because you will enjoy lounging at home in them. And this also means having quality robes, fleece robes, satin silk robes. It will make a difference in how you're walking around in your house. You will feel luxurious, have luxurious bedding, satin beddings. And when you are surrounded by luxury, you will be picky about what you even allow to associate with. You will not just have anybody in your bed in your satin sheets. Even how you treat your home and the things that you own will be so different because they have quality and value, and you're not just treating them like another cheap item that you can just go to the store the next day to buy. You will take care of them, you will clean them, you will see how you just feel different about yourself and being in your home and enjoying these luxury items. Next, invest in luxury experiences. This means go for high tea at the Ritz, enjoy Michelin star meals, go for a luxurious weekend getaway, and enjoy the best of what that experience has to offer. So go for the spa, enjoy the amenities of this luxurious hotel that you check into. Just enjoy the best of what life has to offer. You work hard and you deserve to enjoy your money. And the reason I love experiences is because they are memorable. You will hold on to this experience for a lifetime. Imagine the experience of eating lobster at Applebee's versus having the experience of going to Maine and enjoying lobster at a 5-star restaurant overlooking the ocean. That experience is one that you will remember, and you're eating this fresh lobster. You will even remember the taste of the food every time you think about it. It is worth enjoying in these luxury experiences because it will add to the quality of your life. Invest in yourself. And one more thing that I wanted to mention on investing in luxury items, luxury clothes, and all of that. If you don't have the budget, get on a savings plan where you save so that you're able to buy one item per season. And with time, you will grow your closet full of luxury items. With time, you will buy those family heirlooms that you'll be able to pass down to your children. With time, you will buy those luxurious accessories that will not fade after 4 wears or whatever. So add luxury items in your budget. That way you're able to enjoy it. And that's the same with the experiences. Save so that you're able to enjoy this luxurious experience and go all out when you do go for it, because you've saved it. It's in the budget and you're not overspending. You're not spending in ways that you will regret later on, and you're not living above your means. You've saved it, you've added to your budget, but you're investing in luxury as part of you investing in yourself. And the final way to invest in yourself is to invest in your femininity. This means study what femininity is, true femininity. Study light femininity, dark femininity, divine femininity. Most of all, study femininity through God's eyes. God created femininity. Study how He created it, because the best way to understand is from the Creator Himself. So study what true femininity is so that you're able to embody it. Look beyond the superficial stuff, the pink, the bows, the baking. Look beyond that. If those things you love, they're authentic to you, then yes, indulge in it, go all out. But if it's not, study what femininity means to you, how you can embody it in ways that are authentic and true to you. Investing in your femininity also means taking the time to put these practices into action. Update your routine and habits so that they are a reflection of the femininity qualities that you have added into your life. And with femininity, this means studying how to be a high-value woman. And I created a video where I speak on the qualities of what makes a woman high value. Watch that video and add those qualities as you investing into your femininity and as you adding high-value qualities as part of your brand. So investing in your femininity is a journey. There's no destination. This means enjoy the journey of adding these habits that you want to embody, adding these qualities that you want to embody within yourself, enjoying the journey of working on your inner beauty as well as your outer beauty, and just enjoying discovering the things that work and the things that don't work, the things that you want to eliminate and the things that you want to add. Just enjoy the journey and have fun with it. When you're having fun with it, it will be easier for you to embody. It will be easier for you to exude these qualities. It will be so much fun and authentic because your joy, your peace, and your transformation will reflect effortlessly. So to close the video, I wanted to say the reminder that invest in your brand. Your brand isn't what you do, it's how you make people feel. A strong brand should be felt, not just seen. If you don't stick to what you care about, you'll be stuck with something you don't want. Either way, life demands commitment. So the decision is yours on what you want to invest in and the qualities that you want to invest in. And when you make the decision to invest in your brand and to invest in yourself, truly commit to it, because that is the only way it will stick. And commit by making a true, sincere effort to make these changes on a daily and consistent basis, and they will come naturally with time. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I do apologize if it's long. Sometimes the topic and the conversation is just so involved and it's so much fun. I truly enjoy spending time with you, and I do apologize if the video was too long, but I do hope that it was helpful. I do hope that it's encouraging, that you invest in yourself and that you take the time to work on your brand and add the qualities that will make your brand so special that people want to be around. And when they're around, they are enriched by spending time with you and experiencing your wisdom, experiencing your kindness, experiencing your warmth and your femininity. And I hope you sincerely enjoyed the content of this video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.